Hi friends, I'm Vaniitha, founder of The Perfect Pour, and today I'm going to share with you some fascinating facts about whiskey. I'm sure these facts will brighten a whiskey lover's day. So let's get started with the first fact. Whiskey starts life as beer. Yes, it's a delicious true story. Whiskey is in effect distilled beer without hops. It is said that for its first few days of life, whiskey and beer are virtually the same thing. Then the distillation process comes into play, turning the mash into spirits just as wine is distilled into brandy. The mash, actually called distiller's beer, from which whiskey is distilled, is made of malted grain, yeast and water, just like beer. The second fact, the word whiskey means water of life. Whiskey is the anglicized version of the Gaelic word ushkiba, which translates as water of life. It later came to be pronounced as ushki, which then turned into whiskey. Need I say more? The third fact is really fascinating. The world's largest private collection of Scotch whiskey is called as, just take a guess. It's pretty close to the perfect pour. It's the perfect collection. Late Richard Gooding, a private American collector from Colorado, spent more than 20 years amassing his collection, which includes rare bottles from the Macallan, Bowmore and Springbank, as well as whiskies from Scotland's lost distilleries such as Stromness and Dallaston. Now here's the most interesting part. The perfect collection of Mr. Gooding is described as the most significant and largest private collection of whiskey ever to go to auction, which comprises more than 3,900 bottles, primarily single malt Scotch, some of which are valued at more than £1 million. Now comes the fourth fact. Whiskey is completely clear in its natural unaged form. The color and flavor is acquired from the white oak barrels during the aging process, as well as from additives like treated caramel, which influences color, not taste. Less expensive whiskies tend to contain caramel. You should know that a barrel provides around 60% of its flavor and about 100% of its color. The next one is the fifth fact. It's only after a minimum of 3 years of aging in oak barrels in Scotland that Scottish whiskey can be called Scotch. Until then, it's referred to as new make spirit, which is a colorless liquid. The sixth one is really interesting. Did you know angels love whiskey too? Whiskey matured in wooden barrels gradually evaporates at an approximate rate of 2% a year, depending on the cask and the weather. This is referred to as the famous angel share. Remember, wood is porous, therefore the amount the angels take each year varies widely based on skill of the cooper who makes the oak barrels, environmental and climatic conditions, location in the warehouse, and more. It is therefore not uncommon for a cask that is 15 years old to be half empty by the time it is bottled. The seventh fact. Now, if angels got their share, what about the devil's cut? With wood being permeable and sponge-like, it literally soaks up whiskey in the same way it soaks up water. This soakage amounts to as much as 5% volume of the new spirit put into a cask, which will be quickly absorbed into the thirsty wood when it is initially filled. So here's your new term to impress anyone, the devil's cut, which is basically the liquid that is soaked into the barrels year on year. Do note, the angel's share and the devil's cut is the price we pay for the color and the flavor that comes from oak. And since a lot of whiskey is lost in this process, the angel's share and the devil's cut do contribute to those factors that make a whiskey expensive. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Whiskey has a great history, as you know, and there are so many facts that will make you look like a whiz. Therefore, in this video, I put together some of the most fascinating whiskey facts that you must know. Please do let me know if there are any other topics related to whiskey, wine, or other spirits that you want me to cover. I would love to hear from you, so don't forget to write to me in the comments box. Also, do like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and do share this video with your friends. You can find me on Instagram as The Perfect Po and as The Perfect Po India on Facebook. Until then, cheers!